Do you ever have stage fright? I mean, imagine yourself. There's a drum roll, spotlights on you, cameras are on, you have 1 minute, you gotta deliver the message. What are you gonna say? You panic, you freeze, and you just don't know what to say. Well, this is the daily life of entrepreneurs, maybe with a little bit less glamour, but entrepreneurs pitch their businesses all the time. And if you want to see what that's like, try things like the Shark Tank or Dragon's Den. These are popular TV shows. And you've got these entrepreneurs, they've got a minute to pitch their business. And you better prepare for it, because getting the money, doing well can make your business, and not doing well can break your business. So in this module, we'll be looking at how entrepreneurs raise money. And sometimes it's as dramatic as on the Dragon's Den or the Shark Tank. Most of the time, it's in a small meeting rooms in front of a few people. But the fundamental principles of the entrepreneur going and pitching and saying the right thing at the right time apply to all of these scenarios. We want to understand what the entrepreneur should do to be investor ready. What does the entrepreneur need in order to go in front of investors with confidence, explain their business, explain the financial aspects of it, and make a clear ask what it is that they actually want from the investors. So in order to understand the fundraising process, the pitching process, let's go back to our two hats. We're trying to have the entrepreneur hat and ask the question, well, how do I pitch? What do I need to do? Let's just look at the investor hat for a second. What are they expecting? What do they want to know? Well, fundamentally, they want to know the answer to two questions. First, are you an attractive business? B, what is it that you want from us? What is it that you want from me, the investor? So if we have those two questions in mind, we know what the entrepreneur should be pitching for. The way we're going to look at the fundraising process in this module is to break it down into manageable components and understand for each of the components what the entrepreneur needs to do to be investor ready. So we're first going to look at the pitching. We're basically trying to figure out what investors need to hear to get excited about the business, what messages the entrepreneur needs to have to get across the essence of the business, and frankly, the essence of the team, what it is that they bring to the table. We're then going to deal with financial projections. Now, this is where fear of finance comes in. People get worried because you're looking at spreadsheets and you have to predict financial numbers, and it all looks really complicated. It isn't. The key is going to be financial projections are just a mirror image of the pitch, of the story that you gave about the business, just using a different language. So instead of saying it in letters, you're saying it in numbers. Instead of doing it with PowerPoint, you're doing it with Excel. Once you have these pieces in place, what is my business? What is the financial picture of my business? You are ready to answer that second question. Remember, the investor wants to know, are you an attractive business, and what is it that you need? What are you asking for? In the last part of this module, we're going to figure out what is it that the entrepreneur should be asking for. How much money should he or she actually ask from the investor? So overall, in this module, you might get the sense that we're getting more technical. We are and we aren't. We're looking at financial projections, at financial asks. So there's a minimum of technical details that we're going to get familiar with. But those technical details, you will be able to grasp them, and we're going to provide you the support to do so. What's really important here is to keep in mind that you're building the tools to be investor ready. You're building the tools to pitch your business. So as you go through this module, I encourage you to look at your own challenges, to look at your own fear of finance. We all have some version of it. And ask yourself the question, what's really difficult about this? Is it that it's technically difficult to build a set of financial projections? Or is it that it's difficult to imagine the financial future of a company? And I think as you're going through this process, as you're getting familiar with the tools that we're going to give you in this module, you're going to find out that fear of finance is the wrong fear. You're going to get over that. You're going to get the tools to master these financial techniques. What we haven't told you, though, is you should have maybe another fear, which is fear of entrepreneurship, the fear of building a real business, because the real difficulty is thinking through, what would it take to build a real business? What would that look like? So, welcome to the challenges. I think you're going to love it, and you're going to laugh at the fear of finance at the end of this. If you would like to review any of the concepts from this video, please click this button.